Hello everyone, welcome to Hive Talking, the official pregame show of your Buffalo Bees. Hive Talking is brought to you by BG's Engine Products because your cars should be dancing. Yeah. I'm Ronnie Robinson along with my broadcast partner Kip Scarry, finally back home at the friendly confines of National Airways Stadium. Kip, are you excited to be back home?
You bet I am, Ronnie. After an 11-game road trip, it's good to be planted at home for a nice homestand.
That's right, Kip. The Bees are starting a 4-team, 8-game homestand where we will see Chicago, Milwaukee, San Antonio, and tonight's opponent, Vancouver. How does your audition in Nashville ever turn out, Kip?
Ronnie, I was discriminated against. I think it's because of my age.
Well, you are pretty old, Kip, but that shouldn't be a factor. Are you sure that it's not simply you have no singing talent?
Why, Ronnie, how dare you? I thought you were my friend. Those are harsh words.
Well, I've heard you sing, Kip, and just giving you cold, hard truth. That's what friends do.
I guess I do have friends in low places with friends like you, Ronnie.
Oh, Kip, you'll be just fine. Stick to your baseball gig, and it will all work out. Well, aside from that, fans, we've got the ball game today between the two first-place teams, the Vancouver Voyagers and the Buffalo Bees. Taking a look at the standings coming into this game, in the Western Division, Vancouver will lead Milwaukee by 2 games. It has a 15-9 record. Buffalo is at 15-7, a half-game lead over the surging New York Highlanders, who are 15-6, playing one less game. They've had 3 off days. Buffalo's only had 2 off days. Vancouver has not had any off days. That's why they have 24 games, and the Bees have 22. Upcoming schedule today, we've got, this was actually from last time, so that's actually inaccurate, so ignore all that. But we're only concentrating on today's game. We're not worried about what happened last time. And let's look at our starting pitchers for today's game for both teams. First, for the Buffalo Bees, it is their number 5 starter, Enoch Samples, a right-hander. He will be facing for the Voyagers fellow right-hander Ross Berrigan. So Ross Berrigan is your starter for the Voyagers, Enoch Samples for the Bees. Starting lineups for today's game as is done by Vancouver manager Dexter McGee and Buffalo manager Danny Lee. Leading off for the Voyagers and playing left field is Rafael Manzanares. Batting second, playing second base, Eusebio Felix. Hitting third and playing center field, Billy Bechtel. Batting cleanup, the designated hitter, Roman Rogers. Hitting fifth, playing first base, Steve Ferrone. Batting sixth and doing the catching is Darren Room. Trey Ballinger is at shortstop. He will hit seventh. Batting eighth is Jackson Newsom. He's in right field. And batting ninth, the third baseman is Ahmed Abdi. Those are the starting lineup for the Voyagers. For your Buffalo Bees, a slight change trying to shake up the leadoff spot. They have moved Joe Barkdahl from the number 3 hole to the leadoff spot to see if they can spark something. So Joe Barkdahl will lead off, playing center field. Rocky Oberbeck's at second, playing second base, batting second. Hitting third is the third baseman, J.R. Keel. Batting cleanup in his usual cleanup spot is Todd Sargent at first base. Dallas Autry will catch and bat fifth. The designated hitter, Dylan Hutto, will bat sixth. Shortstop Nick Rayford will bat seventh. Lamont Clark in right will hit eighth. And Seth Ranieri in left will bat ninth. And Dexter McGee and Danny Lee are meeting at home plate to exchange the lineups with the umpires here at National Airways Stadium that plays semi-small to lefties and normal to righties. And speaking of the umpires, let's look at the umpires. Behind the plate is Jerry Gale. First base is Joe Ramey. Silvio DeLuna controls second. And Danny Hendrick will be at third. And the umpires are brought to you by Elmwood Village Optical in Buffalo. Visit Elmwood for all your vision needs. If you go anywhere else, you will only be making a spectacle of yourself. Now let's look at the hot and cold players for today's game. Vancouver, it's their first time to play the Bees, so they are default neutral. The Bees are semi-dissonant, and as a matter of fact, Rocky Oberbeck is utility this game. He was already carrying an unhappy till further notice with him, but now he's got the utility for this game. He was already semi-utility, but now he's a full utility. So Oberbeck has some issues in this ball game, but Buffalo as a team will be semi-dissonant as well. And of course, the hot players are sponsored by the Paper Moon Gentlemen's Club. For the best in adult entertainment that is sure to provide a hot time, shoot for the moon. Cold Player is the game sponsored by the Deli Llama. For the best in gourmet cheeses and quality cold cuts, stop by the Deli Llama. And since Vancouver's his first trip, the number 2 hitter Felix will be hot, and the number 8 hitter Newsom will be cold just by default. And for the Bees, Sargent will be hot, and Ranieri will be cold. Okay, before we get ready for the first pitch, it's time for a station identification. You're listening to the Buffalo Bees Radio Network.
Control the Bees action on News Radio, 1140 WTLA Buffalo. Welcome back to National Airways Stadium. Enoch Samples, right-hander, finishing up his warm-up tosses. And while he's doing that, I will toss it over myself to the voice of the Bees, Ronnie Robinson.
Thank you, Kip. Welcome, everyone. Tonight's a matchup of the two top teams, as we had said earlier. So, Bees trying to ward off the surging New York team and keep that first place in sight. But they've got their work cut out for them as they're facing the first place team in the West, the Vancouver Voyagers. And they're doing it with the number 5 pitcher, Enoch Samples. So, could be tough sledding, we shall see. Danny Lee trying to shake up the lineup by moving Barkdahl to leadoff. We'll see how that plays out. It's going to put a void in the number 3 spot for sure, but we'll see. Maybe he knows what he's doing. We'll figure it out. So, Manzanares stepping in against Enoch Samples, and we are underway from National Airways Stadium. It's a 2-4-6, and that asks the pitcher have control. Samples has semi-control, but the dot says no. Is the batter eager or a sad sack? He is eager, so he's going to pop it to third base, and there's one away right there as Manzanares pops it up to Keel at third. One down, and that'll bring up Eusebio Felix, second baseman. 2-4-5. Let's see, the pitcher is blank. Is the batter a hero? He's a semi-hero. The dot gives it to him, so it is going to be a single to left field for Eusebio Felix. Eusebio Felix will single to left field. So he's aboard with one out, and that's going to bring up Billy Bechtel, the center fielder. And Felix was the hot batter coming in this game, and he continues to stay hot. That's a 2-3-4, and it says runners on base. Yes, there are. We're going to plate drama since there are runners on base. And we'll roll for the plate drama. We get a 1-6 on plate drama. 1-6 asks, is the catcher iron? No, Dallas Autry is not iron. So it's simply going to be ball 1, but we are going to the umpire chart right away with a runner on first. So right away the umpire chart comes into play. First baseman umpire Joe Ramey could be called upon, or DeLuna at second, either one. Let's see. Result is a 1-5. 1-5, respected umpire at home. Actually, we're going to the home plate umpire. Jerry Gale is semi-respected. The dot says he's respected. So since he's respected at home, it's a called third strike as the pitch catches the corner. Otherwise, if he wasn't respected, the batter would still be at bat with ball 2. But since he's respected, he rung up Billy Bechtel for a strikeout. And that's out number 2. So Enoch Samples appreciative of that. And Vancouver manager Dexter McGee not exactly happy about that one. Kind of chirping at Gale. Gale tells him to sit back down or I'll kick you out because you can't argue balls and strikes. Here's Roman Rogers, the DH. 2-2-3. 2-2-3 is the result. Is the pitcher wild? No, he's got semi-control, so he's not wild. Is the batter slugger or utility? He's neither one, so he's going to single to left field. Active runner would steal. He is semi-stoic, plus he's got Felix in front of him. So let's check the base running advancement with the lead die of 2. One base on single. That's all it says. So Felix will have to stop at second base, and Roman Rogers strokes a 2-out single to put 2 on with 2 outs. And Enoch Samples in an early bind for Steve Ferrone, the first baseman. 2-2-2, that's dangerous. 2-2-2. Is he a sad sack? No, he's not. It's going to be a double to center field. However, if he's a home run king, it's a home run. He is a home run king. Steve Ferrone just cracked a 3-run homer off of Sample. And Sample's not exactly happy about it. Steve Ferrone just cranked one over the wall, and it is 3-0 Vancouver, and the National Airways Stadium crowd that was buzzing to start the game is all of a sudden in a little bit of shock, as is Kip, as he's not really saying anything over there.
Oh yeah, I was just watching that majestic blast there, Ronnie. Sample's gonna be in trouble. He needs to settle down here really, really quick because the Bees have trouble scoring runs, and to be behind 3-0 early is almost gonna be insurmountable.
Well, we got a long way to go, Kip. We'll figure it out. Now, here's Darren Room, the catcher. 3-4-5. He's not an iron catcher. Does he have a good eye? No, he does not. It's a strikeout, so that's going to end the inning on a positive note for Samples with a strikeout, but damage was done as Vancouver put 3 on the board and lead it 3-0. And they've turned that 3-0 lead over to their starter, Steve Berrigan. And that last result was actually in blue, so we're going to the right now chart to start the game. So Joe Barkdahl in the leadoff spot is going to be neutral. So will Berrigan because nobody's done anything yet, but that's what the previous result in blue is all about. So we're going to the right now chart, both neutral. 1-1 on the right now chart. Cold pitcher, no. If he was cold, he'd serve up a gopher ball. Otherwise, it's a shallow fly out to right. So Barkdahl didn't really get a good chance there. 1 away, and that's going to send it up to Rocky Oberbeck, who's having his own issues, as he is unhappy to further notice, and also in this game he's a full utility. 2-6-6. He's not. Nobody's on first base. He's not the leadoff batter, so he will fly to right also. So 2 up and 2 down, as Berrigan has had an easy start so far. Here's J.R. Keel. 2-3-6 does not have the double control, but Keel is semi-eager, so it will not be a strikeout. Actually, it'll just be ball 2. He just won't walk. He won't strike out, but he won't walk either. So that's the other change. We're not having the strikeouts. We're just going to say he doesn't walk. And that's the change going forward. I was getting too many strikeouts the other way, so didn't think it was fair. So we're just going to say since he's semi-eager, or he was eager that time, it's just ball 2. He does not get the automatic walk, and he's still up to bat. 2-2-6. Is he hit by the pitch? Yes, he is. So J.R. Keel gets plunked. Not too happy about it, but he's aboard. And that'll bring up Todd Sargent, and Sargent capable of getting the Bees right back in the game on one swing of the bat. If anybody can do it, it's Todd Sargent. 2-2-5. Is the pitcher a star? He's a semi-star, but Dot says no. Is the batter a slugger or a sad sack? He's neither one. So he's going to single to center field. So J.R. Keel, on a lead die of 2, will get the 1 base. So he goes to second base. Sargent's at first base. And the Bees have a 2-out rally with one of their best hitters, Dallas Autry, at the plate. 1 swing of the bat, and we would have a tie game.
Yeah, Ronnie, we'll see if Dallas Autry can do what Mr. Ferrone did, hit a 3-run bomb for us.
Well, we'll see. We'll see, Kip. Berrigan's a tough pitcher. We'll have to play it out. To 4-4-6. Is the pitcher a star? No, he's not. Batter sad sack, utility, or patient. He's none of that. So that's a single to right field for Autry, and a lead die of 4. J.R. Keel will score, and Sargent will take third. So how about that? Dallas Autry, an RBI single, puts the Bees on the board, cuts the lead to 3-1, and still looking for more as they got runners on the corners with 2 outs. That result was in red. So we're going to the right now, to the experience chart for Dylan Hutto, who's a prospect, and Berrigan is neutral. So advantage Vancouver, but you never know what the roll is going to say. On the experience chart, 2-6. Icon pitcher. No, he's not an icon pitcher. He's neutral. It says batter drops single over second base. So how about that? That's going to score Sargent. Make it a 3-2 game. So Dylan Hutto, despite his inexperience, gets the base hit. Autry will stop at second. All this happening with 2 outs, and the Bees buzzing here in the first. not letting those 3 runs early on defeat them. They've cut the lead to 3-2. And Mr. Rayford, the shortstop, says, why stop here? And I say, I agree with that. Why stop here? But we'll see. Berrigan's got to compose himself. He had a 3-0 lead. He's let that evaporate to 3-2. But now he has a chance to get out of the inning with Rayford. 2-2-3. He's not wild. It's a better slugger or utility. Neither one. So it's going to be a single to left field for Rayford. How about that? Runner on, let's see here. Runner advances 1 base on singles. It does not give any advantage to the 2 outs. So Autry, since he's not active, will have to stop at third. So the bases are loaded on the single by Rayford. And boy, the Bees brought out their hitting shoes, but they could use one more to tie this game if possible. The number 8 hitter in the lineup, Lamont Clark, is up to the plate. He probably was not thinking he was going to get to bat this inning, but he's up there with the bases loaded. There's a bee on every flower, and Lamont Clark is up. 4-5-6. Is he patient? No, he's not. He's going to fly to center, and that's going to end the inning. So the Bees will leave them loaded, and that could come back to bite them. But the good news is, the silver lining is, they scored 2 runs. So 5 runs total scored in the inning. 3 by Vancouver, 2 by Buffalo. At the end of 1, it's 3-2. Favor of Vancouver. And maybe Enoch Samples can get a little bit of boost of energy with his run support from the Bees. And maybe that will spur him on to settle down. We shall see.
Yeah, Ronnie, got to a rough start. Sometimes starting pitchers, takes him an inning to get in the groove, so maybe he can get things going here.
We would like to think so, Kip. All right, leading off will be Trey Ballinger. He is the shortstop. 2-5-5. He is the pitcher a star? No, he's not. He's batter a home run king. No, he's a semi-slugger, but not a home run king. So he will fly to left, and they dodge one right there. Ballinger got into one, but not quite deep enough, and Ranieri was able to put it away at the track. Here's Jackson Newsome, right fielder. 3-5-6, that's a left-right split. It's a righty versus a righty, and that's a Circle K strikeout for Enoch Samples. That strikeout sponsored by Circle K convenience stores. Visit any of the 4 Buffalo area locations to pick up some gas or a cold, refreshing treat. Circle K is your only stop you need. So 2 down for Ahmed Abdi. 1-3-3. Is the batter a slugger? No, he's not. He's a semi-scrapper. So he's going to fly to left. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Enoch Samples. Much better than that first inning. And maybe he's giving the Bees a chance to come back and chip into that lead even further. It's a 2-1 ball game. A 3-2 ball game, rather, as we go to the bottom of the second. And leading off will be number 9 hitter Seth Ranieri. That is a 1-2-3, flash and fresh. He is flash and fresh. It will be a strikeout. So Ranieri down on strikes for out number 1. That will flip us to the top of the order, and Joe Barkdahl.
Yeah, Ronnie, that was the 10th out of the ball game, and the 10th out is brought to you by 10-pin bowling. That reminds you, if you haven't been bowling in a while, you should. It could be right down your alley.
Thank you for that, Kip. All right, here's Barkdahl. He's going to try to last at bat. He didn't really have a chance on the right now chart, so he's going to get a chance right now to do something different. 2-4-4 is the batter a pitcher an ace? No, he's not. Is the batter a champion? He's a semi-champion. The dot says he is. It's a single to center field. And Joe Barkdahl in that leadoff spot is liking it. It's a 1-out single for Barkdahl. He doesn't run well, but he does get on base, and that's why they have him in the leadoff spot. Their leadoff hitters were not getting on base, so Danny Lee had to do something. And here's Rocky Oberbeck. 1-4-4. Pitcher have flash. Yes, he does. It is a strikeout potentially, but we are going to the goggles because of the umpire check. And on a 1-4-4, it says questionable or lenient umpire calls ball 4. Umpire Jerry Gale is neither questionable nor lenient, so the strikeout will actually stand. So Overbeck continues his troubles, and that's out number 2. And it's up to J.R. Keel. He got everything started in the first inning by being hit by a pitch, taking one for the team. 2-3-6 is at double control, but again, he's eager, so it's just going to be ball 2. He won't strike out, but he won't walk either. So Keel up there with a 2-ball count. That's a 2-5-6. He's not a struggler. He's a batter champion or patient, neither one. We have infield drama for the first time, so we're checking the Vancouver infield for infield drama. And on the infield for Vancouver, Abdi is semi-gold, Felix is semi-gold, everybody else is neutral. Now everybody's going to be neutral. 1-5 on the infield drama. Shortstop iron, no, he's not iron, he's neutral. So it will be a ground out to end the inning. So that's going to do it for the Bees here in the bottom of the second. They get a man on, Barkdahl, but can't convert. And we go to the third. It is still 3-2 favor of Vancouver. And Enoch Samples coming back out. And he will be facing the top of the order, Manzanares, Felix, and Bechtel. Here in this top of the third, 3-2 favor of Vancouver. 2-3-5. 2-3-5 ask, is pitcher wild? No. Is the batter eager? Yes, he is eager. He's going to single through the shortstop unless he's a whiffer. He's not a whiffer, so Manzanares. Eager, but that time it paid off as he eagerly gets a base hit. Actually, that should not have been Manzanares. Yeah, it was Manzanares at bat.
Yeah, get it straight over there, Ronnie. I thought you were keeping score. You need lessons or something?
No, Kip, we're straight. We're straight. Sometimes having you as a sidekick can throw you off, but we'll see. All right, that'll bring up Eusebio Felix.
Ronnie, you don't like me as a sidekick all of a sudden?
No, I like you, Kip. Just sometimes you throw me off. That's all. It's all good. 1-1-6. Is he fresh? Enoch Samples is fresh. That means it's a strikeout. So Samples strikes out Felix for out number 1. And that's going to bring up the center fielder, Billy Bechtel. 3-4-5. He's not an iron catcher. Does he have a good eye? No, he does not. It's a strikeout. Another strikeout for Samples. And we're going to the right now chart for the Roman Rogers at bat. Now, Roman Rogers singled his last time up, so he's semi-hot. Samples just got the strikeout, so he's semi-hot. So semi-hot against semi-hot on the right now chart. Now neither one of them are hot. They're both neutral. 4-6. Hot pitcher, no. If he was, it'd be a strikeout. Otherwise, ground ball to the pitcher was only played at first, but since that was the third out, it doesn't really matter. He gets out of the inning. That's all that matters. He just doesn't get the strikeout. He gets the ground out, but he'll take it. And another scoreless inning turned in by Enoch Samples. So we go to the bottom of the third, still 3-2. Favor of the Voyagers. Bees got 2 in the first and are looking for some more damage to be done here in the third. They'll lead off with Todd Sargent. Be Sargent, Archery, and Hutto, and this was the part of the lineup that got those runs going. 1-3-6, he's not an ace. Is Sargent, whiffer, or cold? Neither one. So we have infield drama again. Infield drama once again for the Voyagers. And this time those two that are semi-gold are now actually gold. 1-6, shortstop gold. Yes, he is. Diving stop. Robs a batter of a base hit. He's out at first. So nice play there by shortstop Ballinger. Ballinger was not gold. Ballinger was neutral. My bad. It was Felix that was gold. So he's not a gold shortstop. I stand corrected. So it's going to slip through for a base hit. So how about that? Todd Sargent gets a base hit as Ballinger on his card. He is blank. He is neutral. So good job there by Sargent. Sneaks it by him. Leadoff single. Bees have something going here in the bottom of the third for Dallas Autry. 2-4-5. 2-4-5. Is the batter a hero? He is a hero. It'll be a single to left field, and Bees now have 2 on and nobody out, as the hot part of their lineup is getting it done. And maybe that move to Barkdahl and leadoff spot is paying dividends. At least it is this game. Because Berrigan's a good pitcher, so they're doing well against him. Here's Dylan Hutto. 2-5-6. He's not a struggler. Is he champion or patient? Neither one. So we got infield drama once again for Vancouver. 2-3 on the infield drama. 2-3 second baseman iron. No, he's not. So it's going to be a routine ground out. And a lead die of 2 is going to be a fielder's choice. So Sargent will take third. Autry is out at second on a 4-6 fielder's choice. And Dylan Hutto will be the new runner at first base. So a fielder's choice of 4 to 6 if you're scoring at home. Sargent will take third with less than 2 outs. So chance for the Bees to maybe get a sacrifice fly or something out of it. Rayford needs to do something with that. We shall see. Here's Rayford. 2-5-5 for Rayford. Is the pitcher a star? Yes, he is. It's a strikeout, so a huge strikeout there. Boy, talk about taking away the sacrifice fly. He just did it with a strikeout of Rayford. 2 down. It's going to be up to Lamont Clark to get it done, or the Bees are going to leave 2 more on bases. And those left on bases could come back to bite them. 1-1-6. Is he fresh? Yes, he is. It's another strikeout. So, boy, talk about not being able to cash in. Rayford and Clark kind of choked a bit on that one.
Yeah, Ronnie. They just weren't very patient on that one. They kind of got over eagerness, and instead of putting the ball in play, they tried to hit a 3-run homer, and the result is 2 whiffs.
You're right there, Kip. They kind of lacked the fundamentals there on that one, trying to put the ball in play, trying to do too much. So they were trying, just trying too much. So we go to the top of the 4th. Still a 3-2 ball game. And Enoch Samples back out. He is now semi-fresh, facing Steve Ferrone, who had that 3-run homer his first time up. 1-4-5. He's not a struggler, so it's a ground out to first base. And Sargent will take it away and put it himself to the bag. One easy play. And here's Darren Room. 2-2-6. He's not hit by the pitch. Is he the cleanup batter? Darren Room is not the cleanup batter. So he's going to fly to left unless he's a whiffer. He is not a whiffer in this case, so he flies to left. That's out number 2. A nice 4th inning for Enoch Samples. And credit to Enoch Samples. After getting over the 3-run homer, he has, other than the single by Manzanares, he's retired everybody else. So 4, 8, 10. He's retired 9 of the last 10 he's faced. Here's Ballinger. 1-5-5. Is he a home run king? No, he's a slugger, not a home run king. So he will fly to center, and the inning is over. So yet another scoreless inning turned in by Enoch Samples to keep his team in the ball game. And we go to the bottom of the 4th. Still 3-2, favor of Vancouver, as the Bees look to see what they can do. And as we start the bottom of the 4th, this is the New York Lottery home run inning. If any Buffalo player hits a home run in the 4th inning, one lucky listener will win a jackpot that is now up to $900. And tonight's contestant is Charles Demery of Buffalo. So good luck, Charles. Your first batter is going to be Seth Ranieri. So not the best part of the lineup, although Barkdahl is next, but Ranieri is not likely to hit one. 1-4-6, not with the flash of the pitcher. That's a strikeout. So Ranieri out on strikes. 1 away, but it does bring up Joe Barkdahl. So Barkdahl is certainly capable. Semi-slugger. 1-2-5. He's not a struggler. Is the batter patient? No, he's not patient, so he's going to ground out to third for out number 2. 2 down for Rocky Oberbeck. Oberbeck needs to get on because Keel could hit the home run. 2-4-6, control pitcher. Yes, he is. It's going to ground out, and that's going to end the inning 1-2-3. So Unfortunately, Charles did not win the jackpot, but he will receive $50 in scratch-off tickets courtesy of the New York Lottery, and the next game's jackpot will increase to $950. So we go to the fifth. Score still remains 3-2. Favor of Vancouver. Jackson Newsom will be leading off for Vancouver. And as a reminder, the fifth inning is sponsored by the law offices of Howie, Cheatham, and Daly. That reminds you, when all else fails, just plead the fifth. So Jackson Newsom struck out his first chance on that Circle K righty-righty strikeout. 1-3-5, that's the unusual play. A red 1 and a black 3 is going to take us to... The red 1 and the black 3 is going to take us to memorable plays in the field. And we get a 1-6. Shortstop Gold. No, Rayford is not Gold. If he was, he would make a diving stab of a white-hot screamer robbing of a base hit. Otherwise, it would get through for a base hit. So Newsom smokes one past Rayford for a leadoff single here in the top of the fifth. And that'll bring up Ahmed Abdi, third baseman. He flew to left his first chance. 1-1-6, he's no longer fresh, so doesn't get the benefit there. So he's not fresh. Is about a utility or sad sack. He's neither one. So he's going to single to left field. He does have a delta rating, but that's a sigma up here. So that's going to be different. It's not going to affect this at bat. That will not affect the at bat. So fortunately for the Bees, Abdi only gets a single, and lead die of 1 means a 1 base advancement. But now the bullpen is starting to go into action for the Bees, as Enoch Samples is going to be going through the lineup for the third time, and he's not really designed for that. He's a starter/relief pitcher, so kind of their fifth starter. You kind of cap him at 5 innings a lot of times. So bullpen activity. Who's that down there, Kip?
Ronnie, it looks like Mr. D'Eligio, the lefty, is loosening down there.
All right, so Danny D'Eligio, the lefty, loosening in the pen. Back to the top of the order from Manzanares. He's a switch hitter, so it doesn't matter who you bring in for him. Nobody out. First two are on. 2-3-4, we got plate drama because there are definitely runners on base. So plate drama it is. We roll for the plate drama. 2-2. Catcher Gold. No, he's not Gold. So it's a foul ball, but he won't be able to get to it. It'll be strike one, but we're all going to the umpire chart with runners at first and second. So we go to the umpires again. First and second. 2-2. Respected umpire at third. No, he's not. He's questionable. Says single, one runner scores, other runner thrown out trying for third if he's respected. If he's not respected, the other umpire rules the runner safe at third. So Newsom will score, and Abdi is going to be called safe at third base because Hendrick was not respected. He missed that call. He should have been out, but he will be safe. And the Voyagers now lead it 4-2, and I believe that's going to be it for Mr. Enoch Samples, potentially, although Felix is a right-hander. Well, a couple of right-handers are coming up, but I think they're not going to. Danny Lee is not going to care about that right now. They need a new pitcher in the game to try to get out of the troubles, and most of their relievers are left-handed. So Danny D'Eligio will be coming on. Runners on base are the responsibility of Enoch Samples. He's going to go 4+, and he's unfortunately going to be saddled with a loss if the Bees don't come back. So it'll be Felix as D'Eligio is being used. Runners on the corners. Infield's going to come in. They really can't afford any more runs to come in. They need to choke the runoff at the plate if possible. Still nobody out. Never mind anything else. But they got to bring the infield in, Kip.
Yeah, Ronnie. You just can't afford cheap runs coming across. Make them earn it.
All right, here's Felix. Eligio is an ace this at bat. He needs a strikeout in the worst way. Well, that's a Suidice there, so we'll re-roll that, Kip. That's a 3-4-6. 3-4-6 is blank. Is the batter eager? He is eager, so he will fly to center. So it's a sacrifice fly unless the runner at third is stoic. Abdi is actually active, so he will score. It's a sacrifice fly to center field. And another run has come into the ball game. 2 runs this inning now for Vancouver. And they now take a 5-2 lead. DiEligio gets the out, but the run scores on the sacrifice fly by Felix. Here's Bechtel. 1-1-4. Is he fresh? Yes, it's a ground out to short. Lead die of 4 is a double play. 6-4-3, just what they wanted to get out of the inning. But 2 runs have come in, but really the situation he was in, DiEligio pitched very, very well, allowing just the 1 run on third base to come in. Couldn't ask him to do much more than what he did. But the Bees again are in a hole, 5-2. That first inning, 3 runs, they're still in that hole again. And it'll be J.R. Keel to try to dig him out of that hole. Keel was hit by a pitch in the first, grounded to short in the second. 1-3-6, he's not an ace. Is he whiffer or cold? He is neither one, so we're going to infield drama again. Infield drama. We get a 1-6 with the dot. And 1-6 asks, shortstop gold. No, he's not. It's going to be a base hit past him. So J.R. Keel with the leadoff single as the Bees try to come back. And the top part of the order or the heart of the order coming up with Sargent and Autry. This is a time to make hay. 1-1-3. 1-1-3. Ask, is the pitcher ace or dynamic? No, he's not. Is the batter a slugger? No, he's not. It's a single to center unless he's a home run king. He will strike out. He is a semi-home run king, so he will strike out, unfortunately. So Sargent going for the downs there and ended up missing everything. So that will bring up Dallas Autry. 2-4-5. Is he a hero? He certainly is. It's a base hit to left field. And the hot hitting of catcher Dallas Autry continues. Runners at first and second, with still only 1 out for Dylan Hutto. But now you're getting to the lower part of the order for the Bees, and that's where they run into problems. Although Dylan Hutto is a home run king and a semi-slugger, he's just not a very good average. But he can get into 1 and tie the ball game with 1 swing of the bat. 5-5-6. Is he an ace? No. Is he a sad sack? He is semi, but the dot says no, so it's a double to right field for Dylan Hutto. 2 runs will score, and the Bees have cut the lead to 5-4. Mr. Dylan Hutto just cranked that one, and now the Voyager bullpen is starting to see some activity. Bees have now put 4 runs on the board. Usually that's enough to win every game with their pitching, but today it just seems to be the offensive seem to have the advantage. So we're looking at the bullpen for the Voyagers. Who do they have warming up down there, Kip?
Let me take a look here, Ronnie.
Ronnie, they have Lyman Schoen. Lyman Schoen, a lefty, is loosening in the bullpen. All right, Kip, so Lyman Schoen, a lefty, is loosening. And Rayford, the batter, a right-hander. But then after Rayford, you do have the left. Oh, you got Clark, another righty as well. So maybe they shouldn't have a lefty in the bullpen, but that's what they've decided to do. 1 out, runner at second. Here's Rayford. 1-2-6 for the pitcher. He is not fresh. Is the batter a sad sack? We got to re-roll and see if he's a sad sack. He is a sad sack, unfortunately. He's going to strike out. So tough break there for Rayford. Struck him out. 2 down, and now it's up to Lamont Clark to get it done. Berrigan trying to hang on. He's got to pitch the 5 innings to be qualified for the win. 1-2-5. He's not a struggler. It's a matter of patient. No, he's not. It's going to ground to third. It's going to end the inning. And that'll do it for the Bees, and that's going to probably do it for Berrigan as well, as he made it through the 5 innings, but I think he's pretty much done at this point. And we go to the 6th inning with the score now, Vancouver 5 and Buffalo 4. And let's see if DiEligio will come back or whether they want to go in another direction. I think they're going to keep DiEligio out there because lefty Roman Rogers will be leading things off. And it looks like we will get left-hander for the Voyagers, Lyman Schoen, in the bottom of the 6th. Right now is the top of the 6th, and Roman Rogers facing DiEligio, who is now semi-fresh. Triple fours, that's not good if you're the pitcher. Triple fours, is the batter a scrapper? No, he's not. It is a doubled right field, but if he's a home run king, it's a home run, and Roman Rogers has done it again. Actually, Ferrone had the home run last time. Roman Rogers this time clouts a home run because he's a home run king, and all of a sudden now it's a 6-4 game as Roman Rogers goes deep, and DiEligio has to shake that one off, facing Ferrone, another lefty. 2-5-5. Is the pitcher a star? Yes, he is. It's a strikeout. So he comes back to strikeout Ferrone for out number 1. And another lefty, Darren Room, is up, so they're going to leave DiEligio in there. 1-5-5. Is the batter a home run king? No, he's a slugger, but not a home run king, so he'll fly to center. And DiEligio escapes that one. And now with Ballinger, a right-hander coming up, they will go to the pen. DiEligio is out of there. And Kip, you're kind of sleeping on me over there. You didn't tell me who was in the bullpen. Can you get a quick look before we actually see him come into the game?
Yeah, Ronnie, Chris Page.
All right, so Chris Page, the right-hander, is coming on for the Bees. Third pitcher used by Danny Lee. 2 outs and bases empty, but with the right-hander Ballinger coming up, they didn't want to take a chance. Page will be an ace this at bat, facing Ballinger, righty on righty. 1-2-2. Is he a workman? No. Champion or a whiffer? He is a whiffer, so he will nub a single to third base. So Ballinger somehow managed to get a piece of that and nub it for a base hit. Tough break there for Chris Page as Ballinger reaches, and that'll bring up Newsom, Jackson Newsom. 3-4-4. Is he a prospect pitcher? No, he's an icon. Is the batter patient? No, he's not. It's a pop out to second. That's going to end the inning. But Vancouver extends the lead, courtesy of that home run from Roman Rogers. And we go to the bottom of the 6th. It is 6-4 now. And we get the new pitcher for the Voyagers. It is Lyman Schoen. But since Berrigan went to 5 innings, he does qualify to get the win if the Voyagers hold on. Lyman Schoen coming on to face Ranieri, Barkdahl, and Oberbeck. And he is an ace. He will not get the ace quality, rather, because of the fact that he's coming in to start the inning. Now, the Bees may decide to pinch hit for Ranieri here with a righty, so let's see what they want to do, as they need some runs in the worst way. They're going to pinch hit with Ruelas. So Miguel Ruelas will pinch hit, and then Greg Dollywall will take over in left field. So Dollywall will take over in left, but Ruelas is going to pinch hit for the struggling Ranieri, who was also cold, as a matter of fact, and was 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. So nice time to go ahead and get that done. So Ruelas will pinch hit, and then Dollywall will take over in left field. But right now it is Ruelas getting the pinch hitting duties against Lyman Schoen. So that's going to leave Orta and Ziegler as the only 2 bench players remaining. 135, that is the umpire chart with a blue 1. So going right to the umpire chart. So the pinch hitter really didn't affect anything at this point. We're just going straight to the umpire chart. 5-6, umpire base is empty. 5-6, strict umpire at home. He is strict. Jerry Gale is a strict umpire. Says batter claims foul tip on strike 3, disallowed. Other umpires foul tip, batter still at bat. So Ruelas is claiming to Gale that he tipped that pitch, but Gale's not buying it. And Ruelas is rung up on strikes to start the bottom of the 6th. So tough break there. Danny Lee now chirping at Gale. And Gale's telling him to sit back down the same way he told the Vancouver manager, Dexter McGee. So he's getting chirps from both sides. And he's actually semi-respected, but in this game, apparently they're not respecting him very much. But here's Barkdahl. Maybe he can spur something on. He's 1 for 3. It's a 2-3-4. There's nobody on base, so there's no plate drama to worry about. Is he a hot batter? No, he's not a hot batter. So it's going to be a pop out to third for out number 2. So unfortunately, Mr. Barkdahl is only 1 for 4 in the leadoff spot. So the leadoff spot continues to struggle. Here's Oberbeck. 1-2-4. Does he have control? He does not. Is the batter eager? He is eager, so he'll pop to first. He would have walked, but he was too eager. He's going to pop to first, and it's an easy bottom of the 6th for Mr. Lynn Schoen. And we go to the 7th now. It is 6-4 in favor of Vancouver. And let's see if Chris Page is going to come back out or not. He's going to be facing Abdi, Manzanares, and Felix, 2 switch hitters and a right-hander. So I think they're just going to go ahead and leave Chris Page out there. He's no longer fresh, but they're going to leave him out there. See what he can do. As we start the top of the 7th. 1-5-6. Is the batter a whiffer? No, he's not. We got outfield drama for the Bees. And remember, Dollywall came in to play left field for Ranieri. And Dollywall is neutral on his fielding, whereas Ranieri was iron, so that definitely helps. So we got Barkdahl, who's gold. The other 2 are neutral. On the outfield drama, 2-4, center fielder gold. Yes, he is. It's going to make the catch, and that's in purple. So we're going to the chemistry chart for the very first time in the ball game. Chemistry chart is in play, and the Bees are semi-dissonant with Vancouver being neutral. So Vancouver has a slight advantage there for Manzanares is at bat off of the chemistry chart. 1-4, Bees are dissonant. 1-4, batting team distance. No, it's going to be a single. So Manzanares, another base hit. He's 3 for 4 from that leadoff spot. He's getting it done for the Voyagers. He's aboard. And now we go to Eusebio Felix. 1-3-6. Page is not an ace. Batter whiffer or cold. Let's see. Felix's last time up hit a sacrifice fly, so he's neither one. Not whiffer or cold. So we're going to infield drama this time. Some more trouble for the Bees to have to go to the drama chart, I would think. 2-2 on the infield drama chart. Pitcher gold. Page is not gold. He's neutral. So he would have caught a line out. Otherwise, he fumbles the ball, and it's safe on an error. So E1 as Chris Page makes the error. And that will put Felix on base. Move Manzanares to second. With 1 out. Vancouver looking to do a little more damage here. Here's Billy Bechtel, and they're going to pull Chris Page. They don't want to see this get out of hand. Danny Lee doesn't. So they're going to another right-hander out of the pen because of the right-hander that's at the plate, and that's Mickey Gosnell. Gosnell will be an ace this at bat as he faces the dangerous Bechtel. Although Bechtel is 0 for 3, but he's a very dangerous hitter. So That actually was on the air. That would have gone to the experience chart, but the pitching change was done, and that overrides that. We go to the regular chart. So it will be Bechtel against Gosnell, righty on righty. Gosnell is an ace this at bat. 2-3-6, double control. He does not have that. He's not eager, so that'll be a walk. So Billy Bechtel will walk, and that will load the bases. And this one could quickly get out of hand if the Bees aren't careful. Roman Rogers, a lefty, is coming up, and the Bees are going to a lefty out of the bullpen. As they need that lefty-on-lefty matchup to get something done, they're going to Derek No, the lefty, Dr. No, Derek No. Is going to try to get him out of the inning as Mr. Gosnell was not the answer. As he issues the walk that loads the bases with one out, and Rogers is the batter. They're going to play the infield in. They can't afford to give up cheap runs, and they can't assume it's going to be a double play made. So they're trying to keep the Voyagers off the board. Derek No is an ace this at bat. Lefty on lefty matchup against Roman Rogers. 3-3-4. 3-3-4. Ace or star. He is an ace this at bat. Plus he would have been a star anyway. So it's a pop out to first, infield fly rule for out number 2, and that's a huge out to get for Mr. Derek No. And now he's got another lefty to deal with, Steve Ferrone, who had that big 3-run homer in the first inning. So not out of the woodwork yet. Derek No's got one more out to get.
Yeah, Ronnie, see if Dr. No can spin it here and get rid of Mr. Ferrone.
Bases loaded, 2 outs, top of the 7th. 2-3-4. It's runners on base, absolutely. So we have plate drama, and that could cause problems. We shall see. Plate drama. 2-6 for plate drama. Catcher iron. No, he's not. It's going to be a strike one, and we're going to the umpire chart with the bases loaded. And both managers have had trouble with the home plate umpire, Gale. Let's see if that's who it goes to or goes to somebody else. There's an umpire check with the bases loaded. 1-6. Strict umpire at home. Yes, he is strict. Fielder's choice, runner on third, ruled out at home after collision with catcher. So how about that? There were already 2 outs, so they really didn't need to do that, but it was a ground ball back to No, and I guess he was out of bounds and couldn't throw to first, so he throws to the catcher covering, and I think Autry forgot it was a force play and put the tag on Manzanares and got him out. So it's going to go 1-2 on a fielder's choice, with Manzanares being out 1-2 to end the inning. So after all of that, the Voyagers are held off the scoreboard, and that's what's important for the Bees, as they keep themselves in the ball game. It is now still 6-4. Did not get any worse for the Bees.
Yeah, Ronnie, credit to Dr. No there. He had been struggling lately, but he was on task on that one.
He certainly was, Kip, and Danny Lee is certainly appreciative of that. So we are going to the 7th inning stretch here at National Airway Stadium, with the score still Vancouver 6 and Buffalo 4. So stand and sing, "Take Me Out to the Ball Game." All right, 7th inning stretch is in the books. And the 7th inning stretch is brought to you by Save-A-Lot Food Marts, rather, visiting the 4 Buffalo area locations where your dollar gets stretched farther so you can have more. All right, Kip, bottom of the 7th, time for the Bees to make hay. They are going to leave Lyman Schoen out there for one more inning at least, it looks like. He went 1, 2, 3 in his first inning. He is now semi-fresh, but the way he's pitching, I guess they figured they didn't want to take him out. So we'll see how it plays out. Bullpen activity is going for the Voyagers, however. As Kip, can you look down there and see who's loosening the pen for us?
Yeah, Ronnie, let me take a look here. Ronnie, they got right-hander Donnie Daigle.
All right, so Donnie Daigle is loosening in the pen. He is a right-hander, so he is warming up in the bullpen in case they need him. Right now, they're going to stick with Schoen. Gets Keel, 1, 2, 4. He's a control pitcher. Yes, he is. It's a ground out to short, 1 away. 1 down, and that brings up Todd Sargent, the righty. And they're going to make the move to the bullpen. They're not going to mess around with Sargent. They're going to make the move. And we're going to get right-hander Donnie Daigle, who will be an ace this at-bat, to try to counteract Todd Sargent's prowess. So he will be an ace this at-bat. It will also be a righty-on-righty matchup. 1, 4, 5. He's not a struggler. It's going to be a ground ball to third. 2 down for catcher Dallas Autry. He is a lefty, but they're going to leave Daigle in there. 1, 3, 6. He's not an ace. Is he whiffer or cold? Autry is neither one. He's actually a hot batter right now, so we got infield drama. And we get a 2-3 on infield drama. 2-3, second baseman Iron. No, he's actually neutral, so it will be a ground out, and that will end the inning. So it's a 1, 2, 3, 7th inning. And actually the outs went 6-3, 5-3, and 4-3. 3 easy ground outs done by Schoen and Daigle. And we go to the 8th inning. Score still 6-4. And let's see if we're going to have... It looks like we're going to have Dr. No coming back out to start the 8th because he's facing left-hander Room. And he only faced 2 batters, so he is still semi-fresh, though. So no getting around that, but they're going to take their chances with Dr. No.
Ronnie, as we start the 8th inning, a reminder that the 8th inning is sponsored by 8 Ball Billiards. Featuring a full-service snack bar and 20 tables, we have more balls for you to play with than anyone in town.
Thank you for that public service announcement, Kip. Here's Darren Room. 456. 456 ask, well, nothing for the pitcher. Is the batter patient? He is semi-patient, but the dot says no, so it's a fly to center. So Derek No says no on that dot, and he gets a fly ball to center field. However, we are going to the chemistry chart, but then again, we're not going to the chemistry chart because we're going to make a move to the bullpen, or at least Danny Lee will. They're going to make a move to the bullpen with a right-hander coming up. They're going to the other right-hander and their closer, Mark Gautreau. He has not pitched in a while. Actually, he's a left-hander. They have no more righties left, do they? Forgot about that. They have no more righties left, so they're actually going to go to Bobby Chang, a lefty. So Bobby Chang is on, but it will take him off the chemistry chart and put it on the regular chart. That's the object of the whole exercise. And he's also an ace this at bat. So a couple of things there working for him. Facing Ballinger. 1-4-6. Does the pitcher have flash? Yes, he does. It's a strikeout. So Chang comes in and gets the strikeout for out number 2. Brings up Darren Newsom. 4-4-6. Pitcher a star. No, he's not. Is a batter sad sack, utility, or patient? He is utility, so it takes a called strike 3. And boy, Chang comes in and gets the job done. Strikes out the 2 he has to face. And we go to the bottom of the 8th. Still 6-4 in favor of the Voyagers. We will get a new pitcher for Daigle. He will be leaving the ball game. And let's see who they're going to go to here. Kip, are you still sleeping on me over there? You can tell me who they're going to bring in.
Ronnie, they're bringing in Brant Rothermel. Rothermel.
All right, so Rothermel is on. He does not get the ace quality because he's starting the inning. And he will be dealing with Hutto, Rayford, and Clark here in the bottom of the 8th of a 6-4 ball game. Good ball game here to start the 2-game series. Shame it's just a 2-game series, but when you play the Western Division, that's all you play them is 2 at home and 2 on the road. So just this one and one more for the Voyagers. And then Chicago will be coming to town. 1-3-6, he's not an ace. Is the batter whiffer or cold? He is a whiffer. Dylan Hutto is a whiffer, so he will strike out. He certainly wasn't cold, but he was a whiffer, so he's down on strikes, and that brings up Nick Rayford. 4-5-6 for Rayford. Is he patient? No, he's not. He's going to fly to center. That's out number 2. And we are going to the chemistry chart for Lamont Clark's at bat. And again, the Bees are dissonant, semi-dissonant rather, and Voyagers are neutral. 1-3, pitching team harmony. No, they're not harmonious, so it's a single for Lamont Clark. So a single for Lamont Clark, and it's also going to go to the right now chart, which means Dollywall will get his first at bat of the game, so he is neutral, but Rothermel is cold. So we have a cold pitcher against a neutral batter. However, the Voyagers, I think, are going to counter that by bringing in the other lefty. So they're going to the bullpen again. Both pitchers, or both managers, exercising their bullpen availability. And they're going with Julio Jose. Julio Jose is an ace, star, and double flash. He is also left-handed. He will now be a double ace this at bat. Unless the Bees want to counter with a pinch hitter, I think we're kind of stuck with Dollywall here, although they do have on the bench, still remaining, they do have Mr. Orta. So Orta is going to pick up a bat, and he will pinch hit for Dollywall. So Orta will pinch hit for Dollywall. And now with that, Orta's going to stay in the game to play second base. And I believe, let's see if they're going to have, well, they may have to send somebody. They may have to move Hutto off the DH list and put him in the outfield. So we'll have to wait and see, because Orta normally is a second baseman. They're going to move Hutto to left field, which means they lose the DH. They're going to lose the DH in this one. So Overbeck's going to leave the game, and the pitcher spot is going to be there when the inning's over. But Overbeck still gets to bat this inning if it gets to that. Right now, with 2 outs, it is Orta. As the wheels are turning in the dugout, trying to make move and counter move. One guy's playing chess, the other one's maybe playing checkers. We'll see. Clark is at first with 2 outs, and Ignacio Orta, the pinch hitter.
Yeah, Ronnie, a lot of stuff going on here to try to work around things. Let's see if it all pays out in the end.
Let's see. Jose against Orta. 2-3-6. Double control. He does not have it. He is eager, though, so it will be ball 2. Will not be a strikeout or a walk. It'll just be ball 2 since he's eager. So we'll try it again. 1-4-6. Flash. Yes, he's got double flash. It's a strikeout. It would have been double strikeout, double eye poke, but it was already the 3rd out of the inning, so that will take care of that. And Orta will stay in the game to play second base. Overbeck will leave. He will have to be replaced. Hutto will move from DH to second base. I'm sorry, to left field. And Overbeck is gone, which means the pitcher spot comes up second next inning as they lose the DH. But they were trying to get what they could out of that. We go to the top of the 9th. It is still a 6-4 ball game. 6-4 ball game, and let's see what the Bees want to do pitching-wise. They had Chang, and he struck out the only 2 batters he faced. But they're actually now going to go to Gautreau and try to keep this score where it is. He is their closer, but in the top, when you're behind the 9th inning, there is no closing possibilities. but they do want to keep Vancouver within shouting distance. And he'll be facing bottom of the order Abdi. So Gautreau to Abdi in the top of the ninth. 1-3-6, he's an ace. Yes, he is. That will be a strikeout. That's why they brought Gautreau in there. One down for top of the order and Manzanares. He's been a thorn in the side of the Bees. 2-2-6. Is he hit by the pitch? Yes, he is. So he reaches base once again. Fourth time he's reached base for Manzanares. And that's what a leadoff hitter is supposed to do. Get on base. That'll bring up Eusebio Felix. 3-3-6. Ace, yes he is. It's a fly out to center. That's out number 2. So boy, having that ace quality really helps. And now we're going to the experience chart with that at bat. Billy Bechtel is neutral. Gautreau is a semi-icon on the experience chart. Now he's a full icon. So icon pitcher against neutral batter. 1-3. Prospect pitcher. No, he's not. It's going to be ground at the first, and that's going to end the inning. So Gautreau got out of it unscathed. Gives his team a chance here in the bottom of the ninth. It's 6-4 ball game. And let's see what the Voyagers do. They could keep with Jose, or they could make a move to the bullpen as well. They kind of have a dual closer role between two different pitchers, because they do have Kawakami, a righty. And that's who they're going to go to. With Barkdahl coming up a righty, they're going to Kawakami. And the Bees will have to use Ziegler as their last position player to pinch hit here in the ninth. They have no other choice, because if you've done all these other moves, they have nobody else left. So left-handed hitting Corey Seager, who's not a very good hitter, he is the backup catcher, but he's going to have to pinch hit because the number 2 spot is the pitcher spot with Oberbeck being removed. So Ziegler is going to pinch hit in that spot. But before we get started, a reminder that the ninth inning is brought to you by Strange Brew Magic Stores in Kenmore and Buffalo. Stop by either location, whether you need ninth inning magic or any kind of other magic. Strange Brew will do the trick.
Yeah, Ronnie, let's see if Strange Brew can send some of that magical vibe over to the Bees for a rally here in the ninth.
Well, that would be nice, Kip, if it happens. It's going to be Barkdahl, Ziegler, and Keel. If anybody gets on, Sargent and Archery. So then get a couple guys on. They got dangerous guys at the plate. Kawakami is your pitcher. 3-3, triple threes for Barkdahl. How about that? Triple threes for Barkdahl. Is he utility or sad sack? No, he's not. It's a triple into the gap. He's not a home run king, so it won't be a home run, but Barkdahl, a leadoff triple to get things going. Leadoff triple, and that will bring up Ziegler, the pinch hitter for the pitcher, Gautreau. So Ziegler is on to pinch hit. They've used everybody now. Infield for the Voyagers is back because they lead by 2 runs. The 1 run on third really doesn't matter that much, so they'll let that run score on a ground out. 2-3-5 for Kawakami. He's not wild. Is the batter eager? Yes, he is. It's a single through the shortstop unless he's a whiffer. He is a whiffer, so he will strike out. So Ziegler, big strikeout there. 1 away for J.R. Keel, though. Yeah, Keel and Sargent coming up, and either one of them can send this game to extra frames. Strange Brew sending that magic over to us. 1-1-2. It's a pitcher at flash. Yes, he does. It's a strikeout, so J.R. Keel out on strikes. So after the leadoff triple, back-to-back strikeouts from Kawakami, and now it's a big-time matchup between Kawakami and Todd Sargent. Best versus the best right here with Barkdahl at third base and 2 outs. 2-5-5. Is he a star? Yes, he is. That's a strikeout to end the ball game. That's why he's the closer, folks. He came in and closed the deal after giving up the leadoff triple. He rebounded and struck out the side. And that's why Vancouver's in first place right there, as they defeat the Bees by the score of 6-4. And the Bees now drop into a first place tie with New York, depending on what New York does in their ball game. But right now they're in a virtual tie for first place. And of course, Vancouver has now extended their lead to 2.5 games in the West, depending on what's going on there. All right, so we'll be back after this brief timeout with the wrap-up and talk about the next ball game on the schedule.
Welcome back to National Airways Stadium, as unfortunately the Bees fall to Vancouver 6-4. And to wrap things up, I turn it over to my broadcast partner, Ronnie Robinson.
Thank you, Kip. Let's look at the total line score. Vancouver with the win. 6 runs, 11 hits, no errors, and 6 left. For the Bees, 4 runs, 11 hits, 1 error, and 9 left. Winning pitcher was Berrigan, as he made it through those 5 innings to qualify for the win. Losing pitcher was Enoch Samples. And the save goes to Mr. Kawakami, who gave up the leadoff triple to Barkdahl. And then credit to him, he struck out Ziegler, Keel, and Sargent in order to wrap up the ball game. So definitely clutch performance by Mr. Kawakami. That's why he's their closer. And that's why the Voyagers are tough. So the Bees have one more game against Vancouver, and then they will welcome in the Chicago Brawlers for a 2-game set. And that will be our next broadcast from National Airways Stadium. So for my broadcast partner, Kip Scarry, this is Ronnie Robinson. Thank you for joining us for Buffalo Bees Baseball. Until next time, we say so long and see you on the next broadcast.